The Legend of Zelda. It's a series so huge, I can't help but say it all. Wowzers like it, I guess. Zelda is a series built on a combination of the individual game's themes and world, but also the legacy of its history. No matter how far it pushes its ancient technology, or its freaky transformations, or its disgusting characters. With that said, Link himself has evolved a lot over the years. From a green elf boy, to a toon green elf boy, to a green elf man, to a blue elf man, and he was a girl. More than once. I want to talk about the evolution of Link's design throughout the Zelda series, and what I believe to be the main categories they kind of fall into, and maybe a bit about how the boys changed over the years. The early days. Anyone else think about the fact that Link is like 40? That shit's wild. His midlife crisis is about to go nuts. Anyway, Link started out pretty simple with a frumpy tunic, no pants, and in the key art having a large backpack to hold his items and junk. He also has this big, goofy, swooping hair. This is a pretty good starting point, but it's absolutely the Fleischer Superman, or the purple gloves Batman, or the yellow shirt Ben 10 of Link designs, you know? In Zelda 2, he gains inches and brown pants. The only reason this one seems to exist as it does is to match Link's lankier proportions in game, but it does establish that Link is not always going to be small and puny, but sometimes he'll be lanky and less puny. As we move forward into A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, we see Link's hair become slightly less goofy and blonder, and he loses the pants again. These early days of Link are very Ghibli and Peter Pan core, truly a terrifying combination of inspirations. We quickly lose a lot of that as we go forward, and get a lot more, anime. Oh hey, and if you enjoyed watching my stuff, please subscribe. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. It would really help me a lot, please, thanks. The Classic Era. Okay, so this is more like one Link design with variation. Starting with Oracle of Ages and Seasons, Sages, if you would, Link gained this perfected design. He's got this neat little swoopy hair, this brown undershirt, white tights, and a face drawn from anime at the time, like Sailor Moon or Full Metal Alchemist. And now, to this day, if we see a quote-unquote classic Link, it's going to be a variation of this design. From the Super Mario RPG remake to Cadence of Hyrule, and even in fully original games like A Link Between Worlds. Hell, when we got the GBA release of A Link to the Past, we actually got redone art for Link that brought him more in line with this design. He still has no pants though. Freak. Even all the way in 2019 when they did the second coolest animation in Zelda history for the beginning of Link's Awakening, what design did they use? Bam! This gorgeous bad boy. Beautiful. I love this one. Toon Boys. For the final stop before we get into like the real meat of stuff, let's stop at the Toon Boys. The little guys, the ones that don't make you go, holy fuck, I need a $300 figure of that guy, but make you go, holy fuck, I need $260 plushes of that guy. Zelda's always had a history of this, all the way back to the instruction manuals for the first game, with a simple, cute design with little button eyes that look like his 8-bit sprites. However, in 2002, the world was introduced to the ever-popular and ever-divisive Toon Link. This little dude is fucking everywhere. This Link design has appeared in a whopping 8 games, and he looks more or less identical every time. Honestly, super solid design, especially for a cute Link. Personally, though, I would have made the arms brown. This, like, green-on-green look just doesn't really work for me, personally. And then there's Link's Awakening Link, I guess. The evolution of modern Link. Now here comes the guys that you actually think of when you think of Link. Starting in Ocarina, when Link became an actual adult. Well, if you consider 16 an adult. Even then, he just kind of like skipped over 7 years and then went back, so he's still like pretty much 9. He's the most traumatized 9-year-old in existence. Anyway, Link received a full redesign for his jump into 3D. Now he's taller, with a sharper face and more like built appearance. This is, bar none, my favorite Link design. I feel like most of the ones that come after this delve a little too far into realism for my taste, but the ones that come before are just a bit too, I don't know, I think cartoony is the wrong word. Simple, I guess. This is the perfect balance. I also love his goofy ass haircut. This is, oh my god, he's perfect. Unfortunately, as time did go on, realism became the new hotness, and we got TP Link, yay. If you've seen my stuff before, you probably know I'm not exactly super into hyper-realism in my video games. In Twilight Princess's case, though, I don't mind it too much. The realism of Link and the others serves as a nice dichotomy between the world you know and the surrealist, like, almost colorful look of the Twilight Realm and the creatures you find within. I do find it funny, though, that when TP Link appears in most modern promotional stuff, like on Nintendo website and in, like, Smash 4, they kick his colors way up because this is just, like, way too dim. But honestly, though, at that point, just use OOT Link's design. That design is way too good to not be used more frequently. Overall, TP Link, with his more realistic tunic and brown pants and looking like that, he kind of became the baseline for Links in the future. Everyone since this one iterating on this variation of the design. Skyward Sword has some interesting design choices for Link. It's an evolution of the Twilight Princess design, but meaning to bring him more in line to be goofier and sillier, and honestly, I'm all for it. Skyward Sword Link is so goddamn expressive in a way that no other Link is. Except Wind Waker, I guess, but he's primarily goofy, but you can get much more intense expressions out of Skyward Sword Link. We see this Link's sorrow, his hope, his joy, and his fucking desperation. I love it so much. As for the design itself, though, it's okay. His hair's a little wacky, but considering he canonically rolls out of bed, I think that's acceptable. I like Link wearing the full-on tights and stuff. It's an okay design with fantastic character, animation, and expressions. And finally, we come to Hyrule Warriors, I guess? Yeah, this is technically the final modern Link design before we move into the Breath of the Wild era of games, and what a note to fucking go out on. This is basically one massive combination of his designs, with greens and yellows and blues, with some unique aspects like his armor and his rad as hell scarf, which is technically stolen from this manga design for Link, but shh. He absolutely looks like a Link that slaughters hundreds of thousands of enemies per battle instead of like the 5 we usually kill. He's really fucking cool. He also like kills everything and beats all the bad guys, and he can beat up Cloud, and oh my god. And now, finally, we move on to the Breath of the Wild games. The Breath of the Wild games. Similar to all the Links after 2005, Link is also primarily built off of Twilight Princess Link in terms of facial structure and hair and stuff. Unlike TP Link, though, this Link doesn't wear musty green. He wears fucking blue! The same blue, actually, as his fellow champions, and Zelda herself. It's supposed to be the colors of the royal family, and the Master Sword shape on his chest represents his role as the legendary hero that kills everything, and overall, an extremely good design, even if the lack of a headpiece bugs the shit out of me. Like, he has the hood on in the trailers, but like, so like, why does he, like, what? Put a hat on or something, man. I take it back. Yeah, I'm not too big on this one. The shorts are ugly, the colors are ugly, the fact that it's literally too small on him is ugly. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. Luckily, we have all the other variants of this tunic to use, you know? Hero of Time Set, my beloved. And then Age of Calamity, put him in the fucking armor or something, I don't know. 6 G-dang years later, Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and we get a nice upgraded version of his tunic. It's much bulkier underneath, giving him an older, buffer feel without actually adjusting his face or height or anything, because God forbid we do that. They also have his disgusting Zonai arm, which looks sick as fuck. I really do like the look of it. In all the key art, his sleeve is all ripped up and such in order to like really show it off, but it doesn't actually appear like that ever in game, which is a real shame. I want to see hot battle damage Link. We also have his ancient tunic, which is, oh boy, very, good. It's good. I like Link with his hair down and, showing off his everything. It brings some green back to the design, which I appreciate. He looks very cool. I like him a lot. Then we have, what the fuck is that? Jesus, that's something. But hey, with all this talk and analysis about Link designs, it really does make me think, like, how would I do it? Me, who does art sometimes. I think I'd take cues from my favorite designs, like the Link from the Hyrule Historia manga, the classic Link we talked about quite a bit, and of course Ocarina's Link. Well, bam! He's got a little red cape with browner, leaning on like dirty blonde hair, with the gauntlets and boots from Ocarina Link. He's also got this like unique messy hair, which is a bit of a theme with Link designs, and a lot of other elements that you can kind of see just by looking at it. Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. I'd love to see a classic Link in 3D. But yeah, that's him, I guess. Woo. Well, that was a fun one, you guys. I hope you enjoyed another part in this like little redesign retrospective thing. Let me know if you want to see like a part 2 with links I wasn't able to cover, like the Majora's Mask transformations, Bunny Link, you know, whatever, the wacky ones basically. I think that'd be a fun video. It just didn't really like those designs didn't really fit in what I was trying to do here. Yeah, bye.